In a rejoinder to Kenyatta's call to leaders from the Mount Kenya region to speak in one political voice, Kenya National Congress presidential flag-bearer Kenneth has told off Kenyatta over the remarks to join the TNA party or face rejection from the electorate.
First of all, I think that is hate speech in itself. But I think the author or the originator of such statements really needs prayers. We are trying to build a country. A country can only be built by Kenyans. There is no country in the world that has ever been built by a region or by a tribe.
This comes a day after Narc Kenya chairperson Karua, who is also in the race for the presidency, dismissed the remarks attributed to Uhuru Kenyatta.
And no wonder some of those suspects lack decorum, that they can dare threaten those of us coming from Mount Kenya region, that if you don't join their party, you perish. It is people who lack decorum and who have a tendency towards dictatorship who will perish politically, not Karua or those who uphold democracy.
But Kenyatta meeting elders from Samburu insist that the country must move forward on a united front.
Tumesema ya kwamba sisi tunataka tufanye kazi pamoja, jukumu letu kubwa likiwa kuhakikisha ya kwamba sisi kama Wakenya tumetembea pamoja na tutahakikisha ya kwamba tumeweza kupata ushindi kwa mrengo wetu wa TNA.
TNA party chairman Johnson Sakaja says the party has moved its deadline for nomination applications from 15th November to 10th December and will now hold party nominations on 7th January instead of 10th December as had earlier been scheduled.
We have a 50% waiver on all the nomination fees for women, for youth between the ages of 18 and 35, and for disabled, people living with disabilities.
Elsewhere, Prime Minister Raila Odinga has dismissed the planned scraping off of posts in the provincial administration that has caused jitters among chiefs, saying the constitution was clear on a restructured provincial administration. Odinga, who was officiating the launch of the Ford Foundation, said there is need for an expanded civic education exercise in view of the new political dispensation the country will switch to after the polls.
Kenyans need to realize that we are voting so many times because we are restructuring our country, restructuring the governance structure of our country. And there's no need for the fear of the unknown.
Musalia Mudavadi, seeking the presidency on a UDF ticket, says it is too soon to disclose who it is the party is engaging in pre-coalition talks with. Mudavadi, who is in pre-pack talks with Wiper parties Kalonzo Musyoka through allies in their respective parties, choosing not to divulge any detail on the talks.
We have some parties that we are targeting, and there are some parties that have made formal requests for us to discuss with them, and I do not want to preempt anything.
This as Gusii MPs Walter Nyambati, Professor Sam Ongeri and Wilfred Ombui formally moved to the TNA party despite having been working with the party for some months now. Jackie Maribe, Citizen Live at 9.